Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. I gotta even look at the date. I'm not sure. I believe it's the 19th. It is Monday the 19th of December 2022. I hope everybody had a good weekend. We're gonna talk about some projects that you can do in preparation for S.H.T.F. Okay? Easy to build type of projects that's not going to require a lot of investment money wise. The one sort of, yes, but a lot of these things that you can do to set yourself up for success in an S.H.T.F. event. Now, we all know about the three staples, right? Band-Aids, beans, and bullets, right? The three B's. Everybody talks about the three B's all the time. We're going to talk about a couple things that you can do in preparation on your property for S.H.T.F. that's not going to cost a ton of money, but it can really help alleviate a lot of stress in a true S.H.T.F. situation because you're going to be that much farther ahead of the game. We're going to talk about the most important one first. I got my list here, so I'm going to be checking these off as I read these to you. The number one thing that you need to do, well, you don't need to do anything, you should do, is there's going to be enough other things that you have to worry about in a true S.H.T.F. situation that you don't want to have to worry about these things. If you have these things in place, it's going to make your life much, much easier. Okay? The first one is going to be to build a water filtration and purification system. So what am I talking about? I have mentioned many, many times the biggest number one killer in a true S.H.T.F. event is going to be dysentery. So the more that we can make sure that we have clean drinking water, we're going to be set up for that, okay? It can be as simple as having a big Berkey. That's a little bit of an expense. They have the filters that you can buy. Again, that's going to be an expense as well, but you can actually build one on your own using sand, charcoal, and small stones to have the water filtrate through that before boiling it to drink. Now, whatever way you want to go is perfectly fine, but you definitely need to have some way to purify water in a post-event, okay? A lot of options out there, so if you're looking for water purification, you can look it up. It's not that difficult, but it's probably the number one thing that you need to make sure that you have in a true S.H.T.F. event, because without fresh drinking water, if we're drinking in parasites and other little problems, that can lead to dehydration and death, diarrhea, all those type of things, okay? All right, the next one we're going to talk about, we're going to stick with sanitation, okay? It is building a composting toilet. So, composting toilet is as simple as this, guys. This can be this simple for a composting toilet. Contractor garbage bags, which are a heavy-duty bag, a 5-gallon bucket, right? A toilet seat, and wood chips. There's your composting toilet. It's something that you can use that way, where we're all still going to go number one. We're all still going to go number two in a post-event. So to get rid of the mess, not have the smell, and those type of things, you need to plan ahead. We're not talking about something that's going to cost you a tremendous amount of money. That's a very cheap investment. Now, if you want to build a box to set over your composting toilet, that's perfectly fine. They have, and I've showed you guys, they have the what they put over a normal toilet that has the seat on it and everything with the handles, right? So when people get older and are having a hard time, they have the handles and they can push up off the handles. Put a 5-gallon bucket underneath that. There you go. You're good to go. You could build a little box out of scrap plywood, and so it's out of sight, if you will. That's a possibility as well. But composting toilet is almost as important. Sanitation is going to be a huge, huge factor in a true S.H.T.F. event. The next one we're going to talk about, this is going to go along with partly sanitation, cooking as well. Having outdoors, on a patio or something, a do-it-yourself little cook area that you could use sticks or twigs, or if you want to, make sure your logs or whatever the case may be, having something set up for you to be able to cook on, boil water, and those type of things. In a true S.H.T.F situation, your stove is not going to be working anymore, be it electric or be it gas. The gas will run out over time. So you're not going to have that as a long-term solution. So if you have built yourself a little rocket stove, or you have a little outdoor area that you can cook in, so fry steaks on and stuff like that, like a gas grill, propane grill, but do it that you could actually use regular wood to cook on that. That's going to be a really important thing as well, because again, if you are filtering water and using the charcoal, sand, and stone method, you're going to need to boil that afterwards. So having that in place and set up is going to be a good thing. And so that is a really, really important thing. All right. The next one is going to be build yourself a medical herb garden. All right. So with a medical herb garden, what you're looking to do is you're looking to supplement things that you would get from the normal pharmacy. Now there's a lot of plants out there that have a lot of medicinal purposes that can be used. Do your research. Whatever ailments are bothering you, find an alternative way to be able to treat that. If you have an herb garden, that's a great way to do that. Okay, that's simple. That doesn't cost a whole lot of money. It doesn't have to take up a whole lot of space. All right. So the next one we're going to talk about is building a greenhouse. Now that's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it really doesn't have to be. Okay, with having a greenhouse, you can build the little small ones. You can get them Tractor Supply. There's all kinds of places to get them. You can build a hoop greenhouse. Whatever you're looking to do, have something in place, because you're extending your growing season. You're starting to plant earlier in the spring, and you're able to continue to harvest later in the fall. It's really, really important. Even if you extend your growing season a month both ways, folks, that's huge. That means you can get another rotation of crops. Radishes, like I was talking about, you're talking about a 22-day gestation. So if I can continue to bang out radishes on a regular basis, I can have radishes all year long. Your root crops are going to be better for your fall stuff, and with a greenhouse, depending on what you're doing with that greenhouse, you can really get into late fall with having your kale and cabbage and those type of things growing. All right, so having a greenhouse is important. So along with a greenhouse, you're going to want to build a bottle drip irrigation system. Now you can use piping or whatever you want to do, but with the bottles, you want to make sure they're BPA free bottles, because you don't want the contamination with those bottles. So having the PPA free bottles is a way to do it. Real good way. Have that drip system and have it so that that's just slowly dripping in to your garden. It's a really cool thing to do, and it's a great way. So you fill your bottles up, right? You have them upside down. You have that so where it's just dripping, and it really helps develop a really good root system with your plants. All right, so the next thing. Okay, let's see. Where am I here? Hold on a second. All right, building a beehive. Honey has so many wonderful properties to have, and it's good for you if you're getting, pure natural honey. If you have your own beehive, it's going to be a great source for you to get sweets, number one, and I love my sweets. I will definitely be having a beehive down here, and so those are I would like to have more than one, but we'll get that set up over time. But a beehive is a really good thing to have. Again, it's a nice hobby as well. You're actually helping your local area, and you're collecting. You're getting the benefit from it, and you get to take care of the bees. And the bees give us life, and we can make sure that they have a good life as well. The next one would be a smokehouse. This is actually the last one. A smokehouse. drying out meat, being able to jerk beef and all that type of stuff with having a smokehouse already built in place. Let's say S.H.T.F happens and now you have a cow or whatever that you need to take care of. There's obviously, you can can the meat, you can eat whatever you can eat, but then you're going to need to smoke some of it too to be able to use it for later. Knowing how to use a smokehouse is going to be important as well, but having all these things in place ahead of time, it puts you in a position where you don't have to worry about these things afterwards. The last thing you're going to want to worry about in a true S.H.T.F situation is, oh my God, where are we going to go to the bathroom? How are we going to go to the bathroom? The toilets don't work, right? So that's a simple, easy fix. Building a composting toilet is not expensive at all. It really isn't. It's pretty cheap. You can get wood chips pretty much anywhere, and that's a good thing as well. All right. So I hope this list helps. I hope this gives you some food for thought, and that's what we have for right now. I'll be doing another video later. I will also be live streaming for my hardcore preppers tonight at 8 p.m. So I would encourage you to join me then. Let's be safe, everybody. I will talk to you all later. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we will be in much, much better shape. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important to tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I will talk to you all later. I hope everybody has a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.